I first started having issues with my teeth. How old am I? I'm 31. Oh, probably 20 years ago. I visited the dentist numerous times, and kept having to go back. And I took care of my teeth for the most part, like any young kid. Maybe not always, but certainly I didn't neglect them when I was younger. My dad has partial dentures, and I believe a few aunts have dentures. So, hereditary-wise, it's definitely in my genes, having bad teeth. I never needed braces growing up. I had perfectly straight teeth growing in. So they looked great in pictures. And maybe a year before I had my daughter, who's 10, I lost my first molar to, it broke in half. So I had to have that extracted. After I had my daughter, I lost, I think, 2 teeth. And then every few years I would have to have an extraction, and I noticed my teeth just felt bad all the time. I would just have random toothaches, and not just like toothaches where I'd take some Tylenol and it'd be okay. I would be in severe pain, just clenching my face for hours. And it became so bad that I stopped eating certain foods because I couldn't bite into them without it just hurting. Certain hot, cold foods just kind of stopped. And it wasn't until I had Jacob, who's my 5-year-old, that I had experienced an abscess in my lower gum. And it was a reoccurring thing. Every few months it would just inflame and just hurt. And I finally gave in and I called an oral surgeon. And my dad took me in because he knew something was not right. And I went in, and this oral surgeon took this fancy x-ray, you know, the one that goes around your head and all around, and he looked at everything and he said, you have roots that are so close together that that one abscess has affected so many more that they might look okay, but underneath you will have to have them removed because there's no saving them. And he noticed a few on top were problemsome and through decay, and he just started naming them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he said, they gotta go. Sorry, we can't save them. I'll schedule an appointment. And my dad put his credit card down because he was tired of seeing his daughter in pain. So I think it was 2 or 3 days later they got me in, and they put the IV in, and they're like, oh, you'll go to Kansas, you won't remember anything, you'll be fine. And I had never experienced that kind of medication. And I did go to Kansas. I remember I went to Kansas. I don't know how I got there, and I don't know how I got back. Well, I went there. I remember they would tell me to open my mouth wider or tilt my head, and I would. Like, it was the craziest thing. And I literally felt like I woke up 20 minutes later and my teeth were gone. 7 at one time. And they're like, no, you've been here for like 3 hours. So I went home and recuperated. on my couch. My kids were like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'd still had my top teeth, but was missing all of these and a few molars. And I didn't look in the mirror for maybe a week. And when I did, I was like, wow, that's the new me. That's what I get to live with. And I tried to change the way I talked, maybe to hide it. Maybe I could fool somebody into thinking I had teeth. And I was wrong. So I just got used to it, and I just pretended that it was fine. And the oral surgeon said, well, we can finance you to get, implants or dentures. That's fine. And my dad already said he was maxed out. And I certainly didn't expect him to replace the teeth that I kind of abandoned. So, that was about almost 5 years ago. And I've had another baby since. And he's almost 3. And just the way life has been with financial up and down, having kids, paying bills, the money's just never been there. Until this last year, when my husband knew that if he didn't invest now, I probably wouldn't have any teeth by the end of this year. So he promised me that our tax return would be going to get dentures. So here I am, starting off, being honest about where I'm at and who I am. To serve as a reminder of where I've been. And to quit being embarrassed, because I can't hide it. I haven't smiled like with my teeth for 5 years. That's been my smile. It's been my smiles with my kids, and my kids smile like that now. I laugh really, hiding my laugh. I'm not as boisterous. I used to be very loud, and very people-oriented. And I've noticed that I'll start conversations with people, but as soon as they zoom in on my teeth, that's when I shut down, and I kind of just stop talking. I don't carry on conversations, but deep down inside, I'm that person who wants to talk to people and wants to communicate, and I have so much to share and give, but I have to start inside of how I feel before I can do that.